got the tank in. So yeah, unfortunately I forgot to take some photos, but quite frankly it was just a glass tank in the back of a van, and people struggling to get it in the house. So yeah, I don't think it would have been particularly fantastic, but yeah, it was hard work. So there's two guys from the retailer that fetched it in the van. They put it on the back of the van in a forklift, and I got a friend of mine to help me at mine. We got there in the end. I wouldn't say it was the easiest thing I've ever done, but yeah, it's just about manageable for 4 people. But obviously, I would recommend that really you probably need another 1 or 2 just to be on the safe side. We used a couple of dollies and some boxes to kind of take the weight off when we needed to. So yeah, we got the van right at the end of the drive, reversed it in, got the tank out of the van, put it on a couple, moved it in small increments, kind of like shimmied it down the drive, kept resting it on the boxes and the dollies when we needed to. Once we got it into the house through the front door, we've got laminate here, so put it on some sheets, and yeah, managed to kind of quite easily get it into this position, and then just turn it on its end, and then lift it on and put it onto the base. So yeah, it was probably half an hour, 45 minutes of a job. And so what I've done, just spent about 45 minutes just putting the pipe work in. So again, it's nothing too heavy, but effectively at the top, once you've got some pipes that kind of screw in at the top, you kind of screw them in, and then they drop. They've got kind of 2 threads with a little gap in between the threads. So you drop them through to the second thread, tighten it down, and then basically all of these pipes come pre-cut, pre-configured. They just kind of clip in and then screw onto the bulkheads at the bottom. So there's 4 bulkheads. You can see there's 2 there and 2 at this side here. So you've got the down. This one here is the down feed. I think that's the overflow, and then basically this is one of the right return pump side. You've got this left one here. That's the left return, and then this is the main kind of drain really. So you can see this main drain goes all the way down and then comes in through this valve here. And then obviously you adjust the flow just to get the kind of the noise down. So yeah, it's really neat. I mean, basically, yeah, I've used the sump extension as well. So it's literally just going to flow through. It's great. It's like one big sump that's just connected through this kind of middle bulkhead here. What I did the other day as well, so I was kind of thinking about how I was going to have everything set up. So my idea here is to have this side that's basically got all the control units. So this is going to be probably closer to the skimmer, closer to the return pumps and everything else, and then it just needs the wires going through to the mains. So yeah, I'm going to put the control units here. I just think it's going to be nice just to have it all in one kind of like nice area really, rather than kind of being all over the place. And then second bit is I've as you can see, what I kind of showed you just a little bit earlier is I've got the control bars with the wires here for the GHL. So I'm going to control it off a GHL Profilux. I think I mentioned that to you before. And then we've got 3 power bars with 6 sockets each. So that'll give us a total of 18 sockets. Sounds a lot, but if you think about it, there's kind of 2 return pumps, that's a socket each. There's 2 wave makers, that's a socket each. 3 lights, that's 3 sockets. The auto top up needs a socket. The skimmer needs a socket. The reef mat needs a socket. The heaters, there's 2 sockets there. It will pretty much eat most of those sockets up. There might be 1 or 2 spare if I'm really lucky, and actually I might end up having to put some adapters in to adapt, say, the heaters onto just one great big socket. But yeah, I think the 3 GHL power banks should give me everything I need. Like I say, I'll control those off the Profilux 4. Put the media basket down here. It's still a little bit dark, isn't it? Just how annoying is that the light just isn't lighting it up at the moment. I need to get some more lights, so I've ordered those. I'm going to put some more lights in, and I'll show you that a little bit later. So yeah, I just wasn't comfortable. There's just not enough light in here for the sumps and stuff like that. I mean, look, you can see it on the camera. It's picking it up far better than I can see it with my eyes. But in my eyes, everything just looks dark. So yeah, so I think the plan really is I'm just going to kind of carry on probably tonight now. Have a bit of a break. Get back to doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and then yeah, tonight I'm going to plumb in the return pumps, plumbing the Reef Waves, plumbing the automatic top up. What I've decided to do with the automatic top up is just, I've got the larger Reef Can, you can see it there to the side. So yeah, the idea with that is obviously there is some space here, yeah, and I'm still debating whether to put it in there or not. I mean, but I've put it to the side of the tank just as an option there, because I wanted the GHL kind of in this little bit here. But I am tempted to just build something up here and just kind of put it in this area here. But I'm just worried about, obviously, if I do want to maybe light this frag tank or whatever, which I'll probably use this as a frag tank, then obviously I'll need some space above it. There's not much room in here. By the time I get the skimmer and the reef mat and the other stuff in, there's going to be no room at this side. So this is about the only place that the GHL stuff can live. So yeah, I think the plan is really just to keep that auto top off there, but you never know. If I can free the space back up, I'll put it back in the cabinet and then it's a bit neater. So this is a video of the Reef ATO Plus. So this comes with the G2 Plus systems. It's kind of part of the package. If you have an older reefer, we have some other system, you can just retrofit. You can buy these separately, but yeah, this was part of the kind of the package that I bought. So you've got user manual, you've got a controller. So this is what controls the automatic top up. I've got the little pump, some piping here, plug socket, and then the little clamp for all the little sensor to go on. So yeah, looks a nice little neat unit. What I'll do, I'll pop it on the tank, and then I'll show you kind of where I'm going to set everything up. So I told you guys I bought the Reef Can for the automatic top up. I just thought it was a kind of a much neater option than trying to do it any other way. So yeah, I'm just going to look at how we fit the Reef ATO to the Reef Can. So you can see here there's two caps. There's this one here on the left side, and I do think as well, but I'll be honest with you, like Red Sea absolutely, you know, charged the earth for this stupid plastic tub. So you know, this is crazy amount of money for what it is basically. But anyway, that aside, we've got these two plastic tops. So this is the one we're interested in with the red cap. So we can take the red cap off. You can see here there's kind of like some, you got this kind of like this shape here. So what I've done is I've taken there's a siphon brake that comes with the ATO Plus. And you can see it's got these little shapes on the side. So there's like a square shape and like a longer rectangular shape. So you see that it basically fits in here. So it's really cleverly designed, and it actually leaves enough space so you can get the wire through for the pump. So what we need to do is just basically put the red silicone tubing onto this siphon brake, put the siphon brake in there, and then basically put the pump at the bottom of here, and then basically put the rest of the tube all the way to the kind of the return in the pump. So I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, so what I've done, guys, I've just taken off the top, there's like a little cap that goes on here, so I've taken the cap off. I've got some boiling water. I'm just going to put the silicone tube in the boiling water for probably a minute or two, just let it soften off, and then once it's softened, it'll just go straight over the end of that, and then we'll secure it down with this little nut here. So yeah, I've just got my patented silicone tube weight, which you can see there over the boiling water. Nothing, what could possibly go wrong? So once we've fed the pipe through and the wire through, this is what it looks like. It's quite neat actually. Yeah, so shouldn't be hardly any gaps. There's a couple of little mini minor ones here, but literally like it fills in all the space pretty much. Would have been a bit nice if they had like a little inner cap that went over there, but just to finish it off. But yeah, I suppose you can't have everything, but yeah, very good. Yeah, next stage is to basically put that back in position, run the pipe around the back of the tank, and then connect that back to where the water comes in, and then you've got this little electric connector for the pump, and that goes onto that little controller bit there. So yeah, I'll meet you in a second. Okay, so I've skipped some of these steps because quite frankly they were very boring, just not really interesting at all. It was literally getting a pump out of the box and doing some stuff with it. So yeah, what you can see here is so I've got the two Reef Wave controllers which I've put at the top. Then obviously I've got the so I've got the two Reef Wave controllers which I've put at the top. next to it is the ATO controller, which is that far box there. So these are the two Reef Waves. That's the ATO, auto top up. And these are the two Reef Run duos. So basically you've got this one that's going to be controlling the two return pumps. This one that's going to control the skimmer. This one is obviously going to control one of the Reef Waves, the left or the right, I can't remember. And then this one will do, again, the other Reef Wave. And as I say, the auto top up just takes care of it just senses the level. Obviously if the level's low, it switches the pump on in the automatic top up and fills the water up, the evaporation. It's also got a leak detector as well, which is kind of here, so I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put that at the moment, but yeah, we'll kind of find a home for that in a second. Obviously it's starting to build up a huge rat nest of cables, so you know the problem with any of these stuff is it just gets everywhere. It just gets a complete mess, so I'm going to try and keep it as neat as I possibly can. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got some Velcro strips that I'm going to literally start Velcroing all the cables together, make them into little piles, and then we'll try and find a home for them that way. The other option obviously is I could get some trunking and run it in trunking. I'm not a huge fan, if I'm being honest with you. I've done it before. It's more hassle than it's worth, because obviously if anything breaks you've literally got to pull all the trunking apart, get all the cables out, you know, find the cable that you need, and then literally like reverse it. It takes ages. So I think I'm going to try and do this in a slightly different way this time, but you never know, I might change my mind. I'm just going to get all the equipment in first that needs a wire. Yeah, these motion lights are really good. Every so often I kind of have to wave my hand in front of them. Obviously I don't know whether I've got them on a different setting or whatever, but I probably need to get them all on charge really, because this one's really dim. It's giving off a little bit of light, whereas this one is like super bright. So I think it's just the amount of charge that they've got on them. I haven't charged them since I got them out of the box from Amazon. So I have ordered some more lights as well. So there's another 4 that's just arrived today. So I'm going to pop those in as well. That should give me a lot of more illumination. I mean, this is quite a lot dark now. It's coming up for 8 o'clock in the evening, so I've got my room light on. But yeah, if I didn't have these cabinet lights, as you can see, I mean, at the moment it's being lit up by the GHL lights from the power bars. I haven't got the GHL connected properly yet. That's why the power bars are working like that. But when I got the GHL up and running, you know, it's not really enough just to illuminate it. You can see it on the phone here, but honestly, like if I didn't have this in this, you know, on the camera here, it's pitch black. You know, you just can't see anything. So yeah, so it's coming together. It's taking a little bit longer than I would have liked, but I'm just taking my time with it. Like I said, I'm not in a huge rush for this. I'd rather get everything right, and then once we're right, then obviously, and all the equipment's in, we can start thinking about maybe start giving it a first fill. Make sure everything's okay on it. I trust everything will be, but you just don't know. And then yeah, once we've got the first fill done, we'll drain it, and then we'll kind of refill it back up with RO water, and then effectively we should be good to go. We should be able to add salt, switch everything on, and yeah, just get it all running. So I think the next stage that I'm going to do is so what I've done over here, I've put the first Reef Run pump in. So I don't know if you can kind of see it sat there in the corner. That's one of the Reef Run 7000s. Now, what I did find really annoying with this was, maybe this is just me, but when you run the 2 dual 7000s, you've got to use these hose tails. So basically, when you look at the Red Sea instructions, it says you've got to use these hose tails. There's no hard piping to it, which I don't know. So, you know, some people would hard pipe this. I did on my last tanks I used to have EM pumps on my last tanks and they were fine. But I know that some people say with the hard plumbing that you get vibrations through the cabinet. So, you know, a lot of people would have a little length of flexi tubing anyway, just to connect the pump to these pipe works. So I think that's probably why they've done that. Obviously 2 pumps is twice the amount of vibration. So they're probably just saying, right, okay, we'll put these hose tails on just to reduce the vibration. So we'll soon find out. So now I've got to go and get some hose tomorrow from a shop somewhere. I've got to find a shop that does it. Be nice if you could get red hose, but no doubt it'll just be clear or black. So yeah, just have to see what we can find and then go accordingly. So yeah, the plan is just to put another 7,000 in there, connect that up to the controller here, and then yeah, I'm gonna try and get this filter sock out. I was trying to figure out how to do it, and there doesn't seem an easy way for me to do it, but I haven't read any instructions yet, so I'm just trying to do the typical scenario of kind of like give it a yank and pull and press and things like that, and it's not moving at all. So this filter sock here is going to come out because we're going to replace that with the Reef Wave. Sorry, not the Reef Wave, the Reef mat. And also at the back of here has got to go the skimmer. The skimmer's there, yeah, waiting to go. I'm just going to leave it in the box until I'm happy to kind of get it anywhere near ready for going in there. So it's quite happily just going to live in there, probably till tomorrow, and then we'll put it in the tank. So yeah, I'm going to put the other pump in. Not sure what else I'm going to do tonight. Might just tidy everything up because, like I said, I'd like to get a living room back now. So yeah, I'll probably catch you up when we get to the next stage.